What's going on, everybody? It's Korr here. Welcome back to another auto tour on this. The funny thing about today's car was that I wasn't actually supposed to film it at all. I was supposed to film that car. So yes, this is a second generation BMW X3. I didn't say this in the video, but this is a 2011 model. An xDrive20d to be exact, and in this video we're going to do all the usual stuff: startup, engine, full tour inside and out, and all that good stuff. First, a little bit of history. This is the second generation of BMW's X3 compact crossover, also known as the F25. It was sold from 2010 to 2017. The X3 was available in either rear or all-wheel drive, and it used a variety of different 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder diesel and gasoline engines. So the first order of business is the key fob. It's the standard BMW key fob. You have the unlock button there. The lock button is the BMW logo itself, and as you can see, you have your welcome lights. And there's also the usual trunk release and panic button. So let's start by climbing inside the X3. First thing, as you can see here, the windows are hugely tinted. I mean, it's properly dark inside, but we'll get to that in a second. One thing I didn't say in the video, this particular X3 is Alpine White, and there were 6 other colors available. Here's your door panel, this nice little textured cloth material, so to say, and some soft touch plastics up here, and a nice little piece of silver trim. Door handle, you got your power mirror controls there, but they're not power folding. 4 power windows and child locks. This is a pretty basic one as far as X3s go. As you can see, the seats are completely manual, so is the steering column there, although you do have the leather wrapped steering wheel, and as you can see here, manual transmission. In Europe, the X3 was available with either a 6-speed manual like this car or an optional 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. So here we are inside the X3. First thing you're greeted by is this rather low position 3-spoke steering wheel. It looks very similar to the steering wheel that's featured in the new Toyota Supra. Here's your cruise controls and your miscellaneous infotainment controls on that side. Here's the famous BMW turn signal stalk that doesn't cancel, or rather the one that never gets used. And ultimately I decided that in order to show you the rest, I'm going to have to start this thing up first. So the ignition is all push button. All you got to do is foot on brake and clutch, make sure it's in neutral, keep holding the clutch, and you're ready to go. Surprisingly good sounding motor. The steering is quite smooth, although I can't get used to how low it's mounted in the car. And in case you wanted to know what the horn sounds like on a 2nd gen X3, there you go. So let's check out this transmission. Like I said, it's a 6-speed manual. I know people in the US see this as impressive, but the truth is most of these earlier X3s were indeed manuals. Engaging reverse is the same as my Golf. You just push the gear lever down to the left and forwards to engage reverse. And you have your electronic parking brake there. Traction control off, hill descent control right there, parking sensors. It has the smaller infotainment display, not sure how well you can see that. Here's the AC controls. They are exactly as you'd expect. You have your temperature controls on that side, your fan speed, your zones, your AC over there, your defrosters, and this all button that I'm not entirely sure what that does. And over here are your preset stations and all that good stuff. Here's what the lighting looks like. I imagine this X3 has had the regular filament bulbs in the turn signals replaced with LED items, but they actually look a little bit better. And you have HID headlights with those little LED rings surrounding them. There's your side turn signal, and the taillights also have LED turn signals that have been replaced after the fact. But the taillights themselves are actually LEDs from the factory. Like I said at the beginning, this car is an xDrive20d, which means it has a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder diesel engine. The engine makes 181 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 is about 8.5 seconds, and the top speed is 130 miles an hour. There was also a 3-liter turbocharged inline-6 diesel engine with either 254 or 309 horsepower, and a bunch of other gasoline-powered engines as well. Well, the engine's been running for a little bit, so a couple tiny revs. Finally, power windows. That sounded like an agonized scream, okay. Sorry that you had to hear that. Turn signals. And the right one as well. The reason why I was turning the steering wheel is because that's the only way to cancel the signals. I'd love to show you what the infotainment system works like, but, you know, my camera isn't liking it all that much. Let's check out the rear seats. Unfortunately, I can't climb inside the rear seats for obvious reasons. But I've heard that the X3 is alright with rear seat room, so let's keep it at that. Rear windshield stickers, taking a page out of the Korr book I see. Finally, let's check out the cargo area, and for once, the button on the key fob actually opens it. Look, it doesn't open it, but it pops it open, and you do the rest yourself. Cargo space is pretty good back here. And you have these little hook thingies, I believe that's what those are anyway, and this little storage compartment. Not sure that it has a false floor, so with extra storage underneath. And that thing there, I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I do know you can remove the cargo cover and fold the seats down to increase the room. The F25 X3 offers 550 liters of cargo capacity, or 19.4 cubic feet. With the rear seats down, that becomes 1600 liters, or 56 cubic feet. One last thing to mention, this particular X3 was on the base 17-inch wheels on Michelin tires. It has multi-link independent rear suspension and ventilated discs on all four corners do the braking. The dimensions for the F25 X3 are on your screen right now. So that's going to be about it for this Korr auto tour on this BMW X3, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. There will be links in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.